But you know what? You need people who are going to make the same level of commitment as you.
Yeah.
Everyone's different, right? And we're all going to have different challenges at different moments in life. You need to be able to support each other because you've made the commitment to each other. And so if you are entering a team or you want to build a team, you've got to walk your talk and you got to prove your commitment before you're a full-fledged team member. I mean, that's why it takes 2 years to mint a SEAL. Why with my SEALFIT workouts, I have people do CrossFit for 6 months, prove themselves, and then they've got to come onto the team, reprove themselves. So on the team level, the first and most important thing is your teammate. It's not you. So the team training and why SEALFIT is so powerful is that it's not about you anymore. It's about the team. And so you're literally training for the team. You're training your body and mind so that the team is stronger. And your eyes are on your teammates to make sure that they're training their mind and body and spirit so that the team is stronger. The first person who takes their eye off the team and puts it on themselves and becomes selfish or egotistical is breaking that bond. Maybe you give them one pass, and with some remediation, they can get back on track. Sometimes with new guys, you got to do that. Give them twice, 2 efforts, 3 times, they're off the team. Otherwise, you just don't have a team, and you can't grow and accelerate and achieve victory. So you got to take your eyes off yourself, put it on the team. You got to completely commit to the team. And all of what I said about mental toughness at an individual level is then accelerated, amplified, because say you got a team of 12 guys and gals, then there's 11 people watching your back, 11 people pushing you forward.
Right.
So you get stronger. It really enhances your mental toughness, it enhances your momentum and your growth.
Yeah, there's nothing more powerful than a community centered around a single goal. It's just so powerful.
Agreed.
So let's talk a little bit more. You kind of mentioned a reverse model. Instead of doing body, mind, spirit, you said spirit, mind, body. And we've talked a little bit about training. We've talked a little bit about mental stuff. How does that integrate into a spiritual aspect, and what does that mean for you?
Right. Well, I believe, this, spirit exists outside of, dogma or any kind of religion. I think I respect all religions. Everyone's got their religious bent or not, but that's something different than spirit. Does
Sure.
it, spirit intersect? It overlaps a little bit.
You're talking about the vital energy inside you, right?
Your life force, your soul, your spark of the divine that exists within you. Everyone's got it. You can't deny it.
Sure.
It's what drives you. When you connect to your deepest desires, and your true self, big S, that's your spirit. And so, again, if you deny it or ignore it, then it's going to stay hidden. It's going to be, again, imagine like a candle. It's just going to be like a tiny little flicker, just gasping for oxygen. But when you pay attention to it, through the practices that I've alluded to here. So a lot of that's like contemplation and silence. So why do we meditate? It's for silence. It's to still our mind. Our outer rational mind is like a barrier to our spirit. And so we got to quiet it down, and we've got to be able to unlock the door, open the door to our subconscious, which then is able to communicate with the spirit. And so the practices of silence and breathing and presence. And so we bring this into our training. In physical training, right? I don't want a lot of chit chat. I don't want people watching the clock all the time. I don't want people, worrying so much about how good they look. I mean, I want form and everything. That's all fundamental. But when it comes to the physical training session itself, it becomes an awareness development and almost a spiritual training session, in a sense, because we're trying to maintain total present moment awareness. We're shutting down the chatter in our mind, and we're allowing the training to flow through us. And all of that strengthens our resolve, strengthens our spirit, allows us to connect with it and feel it. And what comes from that, Tyler, is just a greater sense of peace and connection and awareness, and maybe a heart, what I call a kokoro. Kokoro means merging your heart and mind in action. So it comes gives you more of a kokoro approach to life, leading with your heart instead of just your mind. We need more of that here in America for sure.
Yeah. So just to get it straight, you guys don't have flat screen TVs blaring Oprah while you guys do your CrossFit sessions.
No TVs. Sometimes music, yeah, for motivation. A lot of times I'll put on like Bach or Beethoven, and that really gets people going.
Yeah.
And we box breathe, in silence before every workout. The warrior's path is truly different. what inspired me for this is you know, when I did the martial arts, you know, we would sit in Zen meditation for 10 minutes before our training session. Then we would have this ass kicking training session, and then we would sit in meditation again afterwards for a long period of time. And the silence bookending the physical training was so powerful, right? And then what it allowed you to do is when you were in that moment of ultimate need of suffering or conflict in the training session, you can shut your mind down and just allow the wisdom to kind of flow through you. And that present moment awareness is something that I think that is really powerful when you bring into your training program. So, you know, it is that spirit. Yeah, I think it is at some level. You know what I mean?
I think that's powerful, Mark, because, you know, like you're saying, so many people, they like join a gym or whatnot, and they base their gym membership on whether or not they have like book holders for the treadmills and flat screen TVs on the wall. And
Right.
that does, I mean, people think that, you know, burning calories is going to get them where they want to go, but it's just, such a superficial goal, and it's
Right.
such a non-connected way to get there. And I think that what you're saying with just being present, like getting the outside world out and just focusing on you and how you feel and how you're moving, and every single component of your body is so powerful. So thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and frankly, what you're alluding to is, you know, it's common to go to the gym, YMCA, Gold's Gym, whatever, 24-hour fitness, and, you know, work out, right? And that workout, quote unquote, is to, you know, find a machine that's available, do some reps, find another machine, do a few more reps. And working out that way is treading water. I mean, it's better than doing nothing. You and I both know it's better than sitting on the couch eating potato chips and bonbons, but it's not training. Okay. Training is something different. Training is directional. It has momentum. It has structure. It has purpose. It has methods, right? And it develops you at a whole person level, physically, mentally, emotionally, intuitionally, and spiritually. And real life, whole life training, the way we're talking about here with SEAL Fit and Unbeatable Mind, you know, isn't something that is random. You don't hope to make it to the gym. It's an imperative. It happens every day, even if for only 15 minutes, because it's a critical component of your life. If you can't train yourself, then you're backsliding. And if you're backsliding, you're not gonna be able to take care of the important things in life, like your family, you know, your own growth, your career, and those types of things.
Absolutely. Well, I got one final question for you, Mark, and I like to ask everybody this kind of obligatory last question, and that is, what is your number one trick for success? If you just had to pick one thing, what would you say somebody could pick up right now that would help them be more successful in all areas of their life?
I would say to slow down and shut up.
That's great, man.
Keep your mouth shut, your eyes and your ears open, and start to listen to your inner voice instead of all the chatter and noise in the external world.
That's a fantastic tip. So, Mark, tell us real quick before you take off, where can we learn more about you? What kind of programs do you have available for people to check out?
We have an incredible free workout program at sealfit.com, SEALFIT.com. They're not for the faint of heart. I call them the SEAL Fit Operator workouts, but they're free. Go give them a try. Tons and tons of videos on our website and our YouTube channel. And we have academies. So if someone wants to start to delve into the way we train, we have a 3-day academy, which teaches the basics. Then we have this 1-week academy, 3-week special ops academy. And if you're really brave, the 50-hour Kokoro camp. So it's scheduled for 2014 and 15 is up on the website. If you're really not ready for that level of training, then I highly recommend you look at Unbeatable Mind. We have a couple thousand people enrolled in the online training of Unbeatable Mind at unbeatablemind.com. And this is where the full scope of what we've talked about today, Tyler, really is delved out in these monthly lessons, starting out with 12 called the Foundation Course. And there is some physical training. I introduced that going through it, but everything else, all the breathing techniques, all the visualization, the meditation, the concentration, and the whole philosophy is embedded in that program. It's really powerful. In fact, I've got a book coming out in December called The Way of the SEAL, published by Reader's Digest, which will have a lot of that information, more for executives and leaders. And then I'm rewriting the book called Unbeatable Mind, which right now is available on Kindle, but I'm going to be rewriting that and self-publishing that by the end of the year as well. So those are other. Yeah.
You got a lot of cool stuff in the works, man. That's great. I'll put some links below the show so people can find out more about Mark. So, Mark, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing your warrior wisdom on the call with us, brother.
You bet, Tyler. Thanks for having me, and good luck with everything. Hope to see you soon.
Cool. Thanks, brother.
Take care, buddy. Here we are.